afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the City Hall flag-raising celebration for San Francisco Pride. My name is Honey Mahogany, and I'm the director of the Office of Transgender Initiatives here in San Francisco. And on behalf of City Hall and Mayor Lurie, we are so thrilled to have all of you here today, all of these incredible, important leaders, activists, community members, trailblazers who have joined us for this important day. I do want to apologize that we had so many people that not everyone was able to make it into the back for the flag-raising ceremony. However, I do want to let you know that they're going to open up the mayor's office and the balcony so folks can feel free after this to go ahead and take your pictures. And I believe the mayor will also be available for pictures. So maybe, maybe not, maybe. I'm sure he will be. With that, I just want to say I have never been more proud to be a San Franciscan. In this time, in this place, we are watching history happen. And here in San Francisco, we are no stranger to making history. This is the home of one of the first openly queer people to run for office, Jose Julio Saria. This is the home of the Compton's cafeteria riots of 1966. This is the home of the first openly gay official to ever hold office, Harvey Milk. This is the home of the Daughters of Bilitis, the home of the Compton's Transgender Cultural District, the home of the Office of Transgender Initiatives, and the home of one of the biggest prides in the entire world. I know you all know what is happening across this country and truthfully across the globe. But here today in San Francisco, we remember that our resistance must be joyful, that we must celebrate with our chosen family, with our families, with our community members, with our leaders, what it is that makes San Francisco so special, our diversity, the fact that we are willing to fight for what is right, and the fact that we will never back down. So with that, I'm going to introduce our first speaker at this flag raising. Please welcome the very honorable Mayor Daniel Lurie.
Honey, thank you for kicking us off so proudly. Happy Pride, everybody. For generations, San Francisco has been a beacon of hope for the LGBTQ+ community, a place where people have come to live freely, love who they want to love, build families, and live without apology. Our LGBTQ+ community has shaped this city in ways that touch every corner. From small business owners who bring life to our neighborhoods, the families that call San Francisco their home, to the public servants who drive change, you make San Francisco stronger. When we raise this flag, we are celebrating everyone here today and the activists who came before us. We are uplifting the voices of those who continue to fight for dignity and equality, and we're showing every person, no matter who they are, how they identify, looking up at this building, that they belong here. We remember those who made history and spoke loudly, like Harvey Milk. And we remember the everyday residents, our LGBTQ+ seniors who blazed a trail, our trans neighbors who demand safety, and our young people who deserve to dream big and grow up in a city that protects them. At a time when LGBTQ+ rights are under attack across the country, San Francisco, we are sending a different message. You are welcome here. You are seen here. You are safe here. When trans-affirming healthcare is being attacked, we support Lion Martin's primary and mental health care. For our LGBTQ plus immigrant community who find refuge in our city, we are committed to funding immigrant legal services and remain committed to organizations like the LGBTQ plus Asylum Project and Perivar. When our trans community is under attack and they seek safety in our city, we support them through organizations like TAGA's Coalition and GIJP. When our LGBT youth are scared for their safety, we support them through amazing organizations like Lyric, which empower and uplift our young people. When the federal government turns their back on funding for HIV and AIDS services, we have time and time again backfilled those cuts and will continue to do so. As the pride flag rises over City Hall, let it remind us of how far we've come and how much further we will go when we show up for each other, fight for each other, and care for each other. I want to thank the members of the Councilor Corps who have joined us. We were proud to stand alongside representatives from 15 different countries, united in a powerful show of solidarity for love, equality, and inclusion. Your presence sends a meaningful message, and we are deeply grateful for your ongoing partnership and support. To all of the elected officials that stand with us today, I don't need to call on you, but I'm going to continue. Let us all continue using our platforms to champion equality and protect the rights of our LGBTQ plus community. To everyone here representing our city, thank you for being part of San Francisco's heart. Thank you for your courage, your joy, and your unshakable pride. Let's keep raising the flag and raising each other every single day. Happy Pride, everyone, and let's go San Francisco. I am proud to now turn the microphone over to a friend and our incredible Lieutenant Governor, Eleni Kounalakis.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Honey Mahogany, for those beautiful and inspiring words and for your leadership. And Mr. Mayor, thank you for welcoming us all again to City Hall, San Francisco City Hall, the greatest city hall in the greatest city in the entire world. I'm Eleni Kounalakis, the 50th Lieutenant Governor and the first woman elected to the position. And it is a great honor to join leaders and members of the LGBTQ plus community to celebrate Pride Month and to remember that California has the largest and most engaged LGBTQ community in the country because California celebrates Pride every single day. This is the state that saw Harvey Milk come out and step forward to lead as the first openly gay man elected to office in the United States of America. This is the state where then Mayor Gavin Newsom literally rewrote the marriage licenses such that any two people seeking the bonds of matrimony and the blessings of marriage are entitled to do so. This is the state that last year passed Proposition 3 to enshrine marriage rights into the California Constitution forever. I've been watching the marriages behind us, and back in 2000, my husband and I were married here in City Hall under this great dome. And years later, I drove past City Hall every day, bringing my little boys to school, watching the couples lining up to get married. And I was able to teach my little boys from their first memories that love is love is love is love. We have come a long way, but we also know that for the LGBTQ plus community and your allies, the fight for civil rights is one that every generation must continue to wage. Just over 10 years ago, as the United States ambassador to Hungary, I insisted on marching in the Budapest Pride Parade. I became the first U.S. ambassador to do so, and two of my successors carried on the tradition. But last year, under the heavy hand of Viktor Orban, the parade was canceled and outlawed. People ask me to talk about the similarities between Hungary and the United States. They ask me all the time. But I think it's more important to talk about the differences. This is the United States of America, and we are not going back. This is the state of California and the city of San Francisco, and we will always recognize that because of our diversity, because we celebrate everything that makes us human, we are the fourth largest economy in the world and the greatest democracy that has ever existed. So that's an applause line. The last one. It is now my great honor to call to the podium a champion for LGBTQ plus rights, for housing, for equity, and a literally towering member of the California State Legislature, someone I consider a great friend and a true leader, Senator Scott Wiener. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Lieutenant Governor, and thank you for your allyship, which you've been extraordinary. And thank you, Mr. Mayor, for all that you do. So as we enter Pride Month, I'm always proud to be a San Franciscan, and I am particularly proud now with everything happening in the country. Frankly, the poison that has been injected into this country that's harming so many communities, and it warms my heart knowing the beauty of San Francisco and the spirit of this city, a city that embraces everyone, and that we are all about not leaving anyone behind, not dividing people, not pitting people against other people, which is what's happening in this country, and not demonizing people. That's what San Francisco is about, and it makes me even more proud of this city than I usually am during these difficult times. It is very easy to get down about what's happening in the country, and I don't want to ignore that. Today is about festivity, but we also need to acknowledge what's happening, that we are now, this country is being run by a group of psychopaths, and I don't say that lightly. It's like they get joy, they derive joy out of hurting people, whether it's just unleashing their masked secret police to sweep people off of the streets and deport them. And I want to just say, because sometimes the news cycle passes us by and people forget, that there are still hundreds of Venezuelans sitting in a gulag in El Salvador, including Andre Romero Hernandez, a gay man who came to this country seeking asylum and was rewarded by being sent to a gulag in El Salvador. They're trying to take a wrecking ball to healthcare access, to throw tens of millions of Americans off of Medicare and Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act, which will have a profound negative impact on people living with HIV and HIV prevention. And of course, we just saw this week, in what can only be described as a vile, petty move, is the stripping of Harvey Milk's name off of a naval vessel. And I want to first of all say thank you to the LGBTQ veterans who worked for years and years and years to make the naming of that ship a reality. They poured their lives into that, and it was such a proud moment 4 years ago when that ship was rolled out with Harvey's name on the side. Harvey, a brave naval veteran who was kicked out of the military because he was gay and went on to change the world. And in just what a petty, despicable move to remove his name. But it just, I think, fortifies our determination to fight for our community, to fight for our future, to fight for the veterans that they are harming with all the cuts at the VA. And I know that we're going to fight and we're going to win. You know, when I think back to when I first came of age as a gay man in 1987, which was a very dark time for our community, and in San Francisco in particular, but elsewhere, we were seeing a mass die-off of gay men and of trans people and others. And we had a federal government that not only didn't care, but was actively trying to undermine our community, and they did not care if people died. And this community pulled together. We were all there for each other in San Francisco and throughout the country to say, if they're not going to be for us, if they're going to harm us, we're going to support each other and have each other's backs. And that's what this is about. That's what Pride is about this year. We have to have each other's backs, and that means within our queer community. It means having our immigrant neighbors' backs as they are under attack, having the backs of all the women who are being denied access to reproductive health care. We need to be there for each other, and happy Pride, everyone. And now I have the honor of bringing up the longest serving LGBTQ elected official in San Francisco, maybe in the history of San Francisco. I think in the history of San Francisco, an amazing leader who just does so much good for our city and for our community, our treasurer, Jose Cisneros.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you for enforcing the old age part of that introduction. It's really sweet of you, very lovely. I am honored to be here with all of you. I have been in office over 20 years, and I am proud to be a long-standing queer elected official in this city, in this country, and for everyone to recognize. But I'm here because of all of you. But I want to talk to you for 1 minute about one of the most, probably the very best day I spent in this gorgeous building. I can't tell you enough how wonderful it is to be able to come here every day. I wish all of you could come here every day with us. It's a fantastic place, and because of a lot of people right here amongst us, a lot of great things happen here. But on one day back in 2004, I know you've all heard about it, our mayor, Gavin Newsom, decided, as Elena, you mentioned, to start marrying everybody. Everybody could get married, and I took the chance to volunteer and become one of the people performing weddings on that first weekend. And I'll tell you, it was incredible. For those of you that were here, you probably remember there were thousands, yes, thousands of people in this building, even more lined up outside, even in the pouring rain. And they were waiting for a chance to come in and be married. And I got to marry 30 couples one day when I was here that day. One of the couples that I got a chance to marry, and people came from everywhere on absolutely short notice. A couple I married was here from North Carolina. Their family and friends were listening to our ceremony on the cell phone that we were holding up while they got married, and we performed the ceremony. And the cell phone blew up at the end of it with all the friends and family screaming in congratulations for this beautiful couple. That was my best memory of a day here in City Hall. I wish you all have your best memories of when things great happen here in City Hall. But what I'm most proud of is that they also happen here in City Hall for not only every community, but for the queer community. And I owe that a lot to all of you. All of you make our city wonderful. All of you make this building a treasure, and all of you are treasures yourselves. So I want to thank you. You make my job easier. You make our place more successful, and I'm proud of everything you do. Thank you for supporting me and everybody in this building to make our work successful and important for everybody in the country and around the world. It's now my honor to introduce my good friend, the President of the Board of Supervisors and one of the best queers around, Raphael Mandelman.
Longest serving queer elected official, Jose Cisneros, we love you so much. I am Raphael Mandelman, and I do love this event so very much. Mr. Mayor, thank you for opening up your balcony and bringing us all together, to your team that did so much work to do, I mean, astounding to really open the doors of City Hall for this event and invite so many folks to come. You know, just a couple of months ago, we were on this balcony for the first time recognizing Lesbian Visibility Week, and thank you for that, and thank you for the work your team did on that. Really, let's give it up for the lesbians. I want to thank my colleagues for showing up, my Board of Supervisors colleagues. Matt Dorsey was here. Matt Dorsey, very, very gay. And Joel Engardio, also very, very gay, from District 4. Thank you, Joel, for being here. Bilal Mahmood, very straight, but very ally. Thank you. Thank you, Bilal, for being here. I want to thank, I did see former supervisors Leslie Katz, Trailblazer, Jeff Sheehy. And if I've left out any supervisors or former supervisors, someone should shout out and embarrass me. We're not going to do that. All right. I want to thank Assemblyman Matt Haney for being here. A tremendous ally, and I don't know that everybody knows this, but the person who brought Honey Mahogany into City Hall, the true claim to fame. And we have some great queer elected officials. Luis Zamora from the College Board, thank you for being here. Janice Lee from the BART Board. Again, this is a really dangerous game, and I'm probably screwing it up. One of the reasons I love this event so much is seeing the incredible talent in San Francisco's queer community. Our amazing artists, Serge and others. I'm not going to name everybody. There's great artists here. I just named one. Our amazing nonprofit leaders. We have Open House here. We have so many others. Hey, Vinny. We have Marcy Edelman, who's like California's leading thinker on queer aging. And I mean, okay, super dangerous. I am going to stop, but from all the different sectors. And then our queer city employees and our department heads. This is just a beautiful, our commissioners, a beautiful celebration, and I'm so glad that we get to do it again. And it is in part Tom Horn. I don't remember if you've been thanked yet, but Tom Horn and the Bob Ross Foundation, you always step up for us. You are the best. We love you so much. Penny Coulter, thank you for what you do for these events. It's so wonderful to have this. Others have spoken about what a miserable time this is nationally, and the daily offenses to our senses, to our minds, to see what is happening to a country that we love, and to see the way in which this administration trolls and bullies to distract from the real harms they're actually doing. Senator Wiener earlier today, he had organized a press conference because, of course, you've all heard of the denaming of the USS Harvey Milk, and it's horrible, and we're offended and upset about it. But it's a little bit, you focus on that, and you might forget that this administration is defunding the Veterans Administration, not just for queers, but for everybody, taking away food and health care and housing from vets of all sexual orientations and gender identities. And so I love that we get to come together, and I love that the theme of Pride this year is queer joy is resistance, because no one knows how to deal with schoolyard bullies better than the queers. It's just true. A lot of us experienced it, and and I think we learned how to be sassy, have fun, but resist at the same time. I think that is why it is trans folks and drag queens that led the way in so many of these uprisings that started our queer movement back in the 60s. Give it up for the trans folks and the drag queens. And so thank you, San Francisco Pride, and thank you, Suzanne Ford. We are a difficult community to try to organize a giant queer party for, and yet Suzanne Ford manages to do it each year, come what may, the challenges, and each year the challenges are different, and they're always awful and overwhelming, and yet you manage to get it done, and we're so grateful to you and to the Pride Committee. Suzanne Ford, come on up.
Oh, no, that's good. Please, no. Oh. Okay, thank you. Let's sit down. This is my 4th year up here, and it does not get old. Now, I promised my wife I was going to stand up straight this year. My name is Suzanne Ford. My pronouns are she, her. And yes, it's true. I am the first transgender executive director of the most iconic queer organization in the world. Mayor Lurie, Lieutenant Governor, Mayor Lurie's staff, I'd like to thank you all of the elected officials that are here, city department heads, queer city employees, straight allies that are here. Thank you so much. What an honor to be standing up here. And I want to just say something really quickly. I've got two fabulous gay men that always stand by me, and they always take my phone call. State Senator Wiener and Supervisor Mandelman. And thank you to our community. I see all of you all the time. I take your phone calls. I take your complaints. I'm there when we do something well, and I'm there when we drop the ball. But I can tell you that includes all of our community, every group. We see you, and at San Francisco Pride, we are trying to be radically inclusive. I have 2 people up here with me today because, well, first of all, we'd have more board of directors and staff people here, but they are all in Washington, D.C. at World Pride, and we all had to stay here and work. I would like to introduce our treasurer, Adele Hanson-Kahn, and our newest board member, Jack Beck. Okay, one other job before I get to my message. We need to congratulate, and I can see you out there. I see you, Tita. We need to congratulate our grand marshals. There are a bunch of them here today. Keenan Arun, Janelle Butler, Jesse Ruiz, Dr. Tyler Tamir, Tita Ida, our Lifetime Achievement winner, SF Community Health, I see Lance. She's not here today, but I'm really excited to tell you that our celebrity grand marshal this year will be Harper Steele, and she'll be here on Wednesday of Pride Week. You know, Honey talked about being so proud to be from here. And Honey has a different perspective because Honey grew up in San Francisco, and I think she grew up expecting people to get better and to do better. And I have a little different perspective. I grew up in Owensboro, Kentucky. And I knew that if someday I could get to this city, that I had a chance to be me. And I will tell you that I want that for everyone in our country. But now that I'm in San Francisco, I get to bring my full self to my job every day. I get to be Suzanne Ford, who I always longed to be, and thank you. The world will be watching the last weekend in June to see that if here in San Francisco, we still hold the same values. And San Francisco Pride, we take that responsibility, and we plan on showing on June 29th that you can be who you are and you can love who you love in this city for sure. Now, I'm not going to give it any oxygen, but we all know what we are facing. Young queer people in this country are being denied health care. Trans people are afraid. Our senior citizen queer people know that they need vital health care and that that's being threatened. That is why we, the board, the staff, and the members of SF Pride have chosen the theme this year. Queer joy is resistance. And the reason we chose that, because we are going to do two things on Pride Sunday. Number one, we are going to protest, and we are going to say that in this city, in this state, we are not going to take this oppression. The resistance contingent was formed in 2017. I was in that original resistance contingent by the board in response to the first election of somebody we know in Washington, D.C. And we will continue that tradition, and we will march, and we will demand especially trans rights. But the second part of that is joy. And we are not going to let anyone in this country take away our joy. We are going to be together on Pride Sunday as one community. And I think this is the challenge this year. In my job, in our organization, we are usually at the center of controversy. We have to say hard things to powerful people in this city. But this year, on Pride Sunday, I call for all of you, lay down your differences on Pride Sunday. If you are an LGBTQ community member, if you are an ally, if you are a citizen of this city, I expect to see you on Market Street. Thank you.
Suzanne, on behalf of a grateful city, I want to present this proclamation to you as we kick off Pride Month. By the way, everyone told me last year, pace yourself.
We'll tell you that again.
Let's go hard. Let's have fun. This is a month of action, and most importantly, a month of joy. This is LGBTQ plus Pride Month in San Francisco.
All right, we are just wrapping up, but before we do, I want to do the dangerous thing of naming a couple more people who are here, just acknowledging that we also have labor in the house today with us. Kim Tavlioni and Bianca Polovino. I also want to acknowledge that we have the one and only Juanita Moore with us in the house today. We have the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence with us here today. And of course, we also have our Emperor and Empress with us here today. So thank you for being here. This is what San Francisco is and looks like. Happy Pride. A couple quick announcements. Just want to remind you that you are welcome to be here for the reception. The mayor's office will also be open for pictures for those who'd like to take pictures with the flag on the mayor's exterior balcony. And last but certainly not least, please enjoy this closing music from the San Francisco Gay Freedom Band.